time for phase 2 of the blackberry vinegar. So this has been brewing for many days, and now what I'm doing is straining the vinegary blackberry goodness through this scorched jelly bag and into the bowl where I'm collecting the liquid. I'll leave that to strain for quite some time, collect every last drop of it, then I'll move on to stage 2. Here's my lovely vinegary blackberry goodness. I got 1200 mils, and I'm adding to that 900 grams of basic sugar. It's on a relatively low heat. And what I'm going to do now is stir and stir and stir until the sugar's dissolved. Then I'm going to bring it to the boil it for about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to bottle it and job's done. Look at that, looking lovely. It's got about another 5 minutes of boiling to go. I've got my glass jars, which I've sterilised, drying over the top of my range by the chimney just to get the last vestiges of water out of them. So we're getting there with the blackberry vinegar. There we have it. Now I just have to label it and the job's done. There was a little bit left over and I tried it and it's absolutely delicious. It kind of starts off sort of sweet, like this beautiful blackberry sumptuous goodness, and then there's this really nice subtle vinegary aftertaste. It's very interesting. I've never had anything quite like it, but I can actually see this working quite nicely mixed with soda water in the summer, maybe with a bit of mint and some ice tinkling in the glass, or as a mixer for an alcoholic drink. But so I've never made it before. I think it's going to be hugely versatile, and I'm glad I did it. So there's a little bit of late summer preserved in these lovely bottles. And next thing on my agenda in another few days' time will be finishing making the shrub. Well, here we are again, as the gentle rhythm of my life carries on. We have entered a new quarter, which means window cleaning time. Because the windows are under these verandas and then the eaves overhang on the gable ends, the windows don't get dirty as such, but you may not be able to see. It's sort of hard to show. They just get inundated by these cobwebs. Bearing in mind I do this every quarter, they just go mad. And then occasionally we get a bird land on one of these and leaves a dusty imprint. But the worst ones, look at these. These are the living room windows. Can you see that? Just absolutely covered in cobwebs. Maybe like cleaning the windows every quarter could seem excessive, but this is why I do it. This is awful. Well, I'm going to try my hardest not to kill these little spiders. I'm going to sweep them up with my broom and hope that they can escape and live a happy, fruitful life elsewhere. But yes, I'm now going to tackle the windows. There we go. What a difference. All the spiders were successfully rehomed, living their best life somewhere else. And whilst I'm sure some of you can spot many flaws, as I like to say, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing adequately. I'm heading down to the pile of gravel that we recently had delivered, because today is the day we're looking to complete Operation Driveway. We've already shifted a load, there's another load to go, and then maybe another 2 after that. And then we'll be getting on to the cementing phase, and then hopefully tomorrow the little bit of rain that's predicted will finish the job for us. This is what we've done so far. And we have this load waiting to go. Sometime later, and we've almost finished shifting this 2-ton pile of gravel. That's that all done. The cement's down. So now what I'm going to do is hop in my car, drive over it a couple of times, get it nice and bedded in, I hope, and then fingers crossed it will rain tomorrow as predicted and help set it. This is all a bit of an experiment, so we feel like it's a sort of win-win situation. Either it'll work, which is great, or it won't work and we will have learnt something. Anyway, so keep your fingers crossed for the rain for tomorrow, and I'll let you know my final update, how it's all gone once it's been rained on. Well, it didn't rain, so we're reverting to plan B, which is filling our bins with water, towing them down the drive, and using the watering can to water the potholes. So I don't know how many trips this will take, so we probably won't get it done today if it's more than one, because we don't want to drive over the wet potholes. So let's hope this works. Well, the rhythm here just keeps on going, and this morning I'm going to be pruning the wisteria, which you can make out behind me over my shoulder. It goes all the way along the fence, more or less. And as you may remember from last year, or if you're new, I prune the wisteria here twice a year. Once in early autumn, and then again in late winter, early spring. And that's to encourage a healthy habit and to encourage flowering. So this prune, I take it back to 5 buds, and then in the second prune I take it down to 2 or 3. So I'll be taking a bit off today. This is how it's currently looking. Not so tenderly this year as it has been in other years. And then it carries on down into the distance. So I don't think it'll take me long. I do one side of the fence and then I go over the fence and do the same on the other side. It's a really nice, gentle job, and something that I really enjoy doing. Well, this is what we've achieved. I should think, actually, from your point of view, it looks exactly the same. But this is what we've relieved the wisteria of. A nice barrows full of tendrily growth. And it's looking lovely. Good morning. Shrub day has arrived. So the brandy Blackberry mix has been brewing excuse me, for a bit longer than the vinegar did, and I've weighed out 300 grams of sugar. What I'm going to do is combine these in a saucepan, heat them up to about 60 degrees, then I'm going to transfer them to these bottles, which are currently sterilising, and then I'm going to put them in the range to dry out and finish sterilising. There we go. 2 lovely bottles of Blackberry Shrub ready to go in the cupboard for a few months for enjoyment in the midwinter festival. I've just been using my Hori Hori tool you might have seen that that's one of the presents I got for my birthday, and it's about the first time I've used it in earnest, and it's excellent. Let me show you what I've been doing and just quickly go over why I enjoyed it. For those of you who may not know, this is the tool in question. So it's got a serrated edge, a sharp edge, and it's slightly concave. What I was doing was cutting back some plants that had started to go over in the garden. So the red valerian, a little bit of that colita, and from over there the borage. So not only was I able to very easily slice through these plants, in fact the valerian was quite woody actually, so that was a good test for that. The rest of it was quite soft, so that wasn't a problem. But I was also able to do a little bit of weeding as I went. So what an excellent tool. Not only is it faster, but it also is multifunctional, so I can get lots of jobs done in one go. Highly recommended. Thanks again, Mum and Dad. What an excellent present. I love it.